grown-ass men toys. 5 friends on the rise, so fun, the time of our lives. Toy collectors at their finest, podcasts always a vibe. Haters and lovers, more love than the others. It's the grown-ass men toy. It's the grown-ass men toy. Toy room tours, that's right. Talking about drama-filled convos. A very unique group of gentlemen men. What a time to be alive. Haters and lovers, more love than the others. It's the grown-ass men toy. It's the grown-ass men toy.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the GrownAssMenToyz podcast. Man, I gotta say, this has been a fantastic run that we've been having. Back-to-back bombs, dropping bombs on the community, toy community. You feel me? Giving it to them real rap raw. You know what I'm saying? How's everybody feeling today?
Everybody Gucci, man.
Great,
How you doing?
great.
Good?
Fantastic.
Driving, man. This is gonna be an exciting one. Actually, I'm excited to see what is in this gentleman's toy room. He's been known for the legions that are mythical, and he does a lot of practical, a lot of post edit situations, and definitely has been putting out work over the years.
Central ever, bro. Come on.
And he's also a vendor too. He's also a vendor.
Yeah.
I saw him at LegionCon.
Yeah, he's a vendor. I was telling Conrad earlier, he's the proud owner of Articulated Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely go check that out. And tons of legions over there and all kind of good shit. Mezcos and everything over there. I'm over there too. So yeah.
Got the work.
Yes, sir.
Work. So if you guys are excited like we are and you're looking forward to seeing some things that's gonna blow your mind, we would like to come and welcome Articulated.
Time.
There you go.
There we go. Yo, what's up, man?
I'm going out there. I was like, that's
How we doing?
How you doing, man?
Fantastic, man. Happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
No problem. Thank you for coming on. Listen, before we get started, I want to say thank you for spending your Sunday with us and hanging out with us for a little bit. We ain't gonna hold you too long, but we're eager to see all the goodness that you got behind you because I see you shoot listen, we have had a few collab groups. So I see boom. So I'll be seeing you drop the heat all the time. Like, damn, he was got a lot of shit over there. So I'm excited to see what we got.
Sometimes too much. I got to get rid of some.
He said sometimes.
I hear you. Yo, so we want to talk to you and get to know your story and everything, how you got started with Instagram. But before we do, let's go ahead and jump right into the GrownAssMenToyz toy room tour.
Tour through my toy room. 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 On my door it say toy room. In my toy room we look like a store. In my toy room we got toys galore. Toy room, it's like an office. Toy room, they think.
So this first one, this case is kind of plain because like I literally just put this thing together like a few weeks ago. I still haven't even filled it. I got all the boxes up there of what I want to put in there. Haven't put it in there. I don't know, ask me. Anyway,
cool.
But yeah, these cases and everything, I just, for the longest time, I used to have all the IKEA stuff, like the Detolfs. They kind of phased those out. So I was looking for a cabinet that had some built-in lights and all that stuff.
Right.
They're actually on TikTok. And I want to say, I mean, they're about the size of like two of them. And
I got those.
Yeah, they got the built-in lights. They got the form light, the light,
the blue light.
like blue.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got all my hot toys in here.
You want to flip your camera, bro?
Oh no, I'm on a laptop right now.
Oh, you're on the laptop.
I can snap this in half. I don't think it's going to work after that, though.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, going through this. Hot Toys. Got some of my Lego down there.
Legos too.
Yeah, I dabble a little bit in that. I got 2 kids, 5 and 10, and sometimes we'll go on some crazy sprees.
Damn.
That's
And
a dope
then-
setup.
I didn't know you do Hot Toys, man. I didn't know that.
Oh
Hot
yeah,
Tizzles.
I don't shoot them as much as I should. I mean, I don't. I used to do like a thing on Saturday with like the 1/6 Saturday. I just kind of fell out of it. So, and then up top here, if anybody's a fan of Glyos, got a ton of those.
Sheesh.
Like last year, I spent way too many of those things. Then for me, a lot of this, what got me started, a lot of it is comic books, right? So a lot of this stuff is original art from the guys that produced it. I went to conventions, whether it's New York Comic-Con, C2E2, or like stuff around St. Louis, and just kind of collecting art. I'm a big Batman fan, so a lot of it is Batman based with everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of that stuff, like the Romita Jr. I got a kind of a glare on there. There's a Jim Lee, and then John Romita Jr. again, some Ryan Otley stuff. Yeah, I haven't bought too much original art in a while, just because being a toy collector does not afford that.
Can't double dip now. Can't double dip.
So now, kind of my little area where I shoot, my desk, and then I'll have my dioramas set up over here. See that okay? Is that coming through okay? I can't see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
All right. So got a lot of that there.
Dope.
Now again, last week these were a lot more congested. I think I cleaned it up a little bit too much. Not to be a look, but yeah. So here.
So you that is right. You do your own dios as well, right?
Oh yeah. Now don't get me wrong, I'll still buy some from time to time from 78 Points Articulation.
How did I know he was going to say 78? I felt it.
Yeah. I mean, what the nice thing about 78 is he is always coming out with something brand new. Always. I feel like it's every few months he's dropping something, whether it's for Turtles or for Batman or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So now we're going on to the Mythic Legion side of things. So Mythic Legions, I did a lot of this stuff. Man, I feel like I really started getting hot and heavy into Legions probably like 2018. And then right around the pandemic, it was one of those things where I was kind of overwhelmed by all the stuff I was collecting. And it's like I need to kind of condense down a little bit with what I'm doing. And I kind of fell into Legions more, like locked in with them.
Okay.
So what is it about Mythic Legions that ties you into them and you're like, you know what, I want to collect that, like almost all their lines?
So a lot of that, it comes down to, a lot of these, like I work right next to a nature reserve. So it was one of those things where there was tons of like wooded area, there was stone bluffs, there was a lot more of that outdoor scenery that stuff worked perfectly with. So I didn't have to worry about setting up a diorama or anything like that. It was just boom, set it down, make sure the lighting's right, and then go,
Sick.
Some of my Prime 1 up here.
Holy.
Yeah. Again,
That's hard.
with
Big
stacks,
boys.
it's like you can only get so many, right?
Yeah,
And it gets to a point where it's like, all right, I've had my fill. I don't think I can get any more in here.
Wow.
But yeah, sideshow ones. I think that's Iron Studios, if I'm not mistaken. My camera work is terrible. I apologize.
No, you good.
But yeah, Prime 1, obviously Batman's my big go-to. I don't shoot it a lot, but Mega Man for video games. And then some Valaverse, some Warhammer. Warhammer I've been dipping my toe into more lately. I'd say, the glare is terrible on that, but Savage Crucible is definitely one.
Yeah, they're absolutely killing it now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, a lot of what I carry now, like what I collect, is more the independent toy lines, those smaller, obscure characters and everything like that. I'd say the most mainstream, I think I might buy a Marvel Legend here and there.
Okay.
A few and far between.
Look at the
Where
one.
like when I first started and everything, it was all Marvel Legends, and then maybe SH Figure Arts kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you got the Mezcos.
Yeah, and then Mezco, I remember talking myself into a Mezco back in the day, and it was back when Mezco was like $65, and I'm like, well, I'll treat myself, and now it's like 120 minimum,
Right.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of these, like I'll even put like stands, like this stand right here. That's a little dial work from Anything Posable, Noah Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot of. He's done before in the past. He hasn't done them in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just some things that kind of spice up the display a little bit. I tell you what really works out well with a lot of these stuff is they're called they're spice racks essentially, but they're acrylic. And they're expandable, right?
Yeah.
And you can get like 2 or 3 tiers, and that's how you get kind of that staggered look, so you can get a little bit more in there with that.
I like that.
I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if that helped out at all, but a lot of the stuff I carry or I collect, like I said, independent toy companies, things that you don't see that often. I feel like there's a lot more love that's put into all of that stuff, the sculpt work, the paint work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why I gravitate more towards that. And at the time, when I started getting into that stuff, it was like, all right, these guys were at least consistent and transparent about what's going on.
Okay.
Where during the pandemic, things were shutting down, things were getting delayed. Nobody's really expressing what was going on. Where Jeremy from the Four Horsemen, he's like, hey, listen, got some production snafus, but this is what's happening. This is when we're expecting it. Transparency for any toy line is an absolute must, So I appreciated that, and that's like, okay, well now I'm going to invest more into something like that.
Okay. Yeah. You got a lot of stuff back there, bro.
Yo.
Yeah.
Amazing sales, man. Damn.
Hell yeah.
Even your Legions is like it's like almost every line, right?
I try to get a little bit of everything. I had Cosmic Legions in there for a while, and it's like I kind of pick and choose something. I like it, but it's one of those things where, like we're talking about with like setting up for a shot, lugging around a diorama or anything like that. It kind of limits me on what I'm able to do. With the Mythic Legions, if I'm outside, I've got tons of options. Depending on what time of day it is, where I'm at, all that stuff. I've got options.
Right.
It kind of narrows it down. It's like if you don't have something sci-fi, it might not be the realistic looking shot that you're going for, unless you maybe do like a digital background or something like that.
No.
Yeah.
Articulated Times. Real quick. Since you are also a vendor and a collector, for the people that want to be a vendor and stuff like that, where would you keep all your items that you are selling? You keep it in the same house with your collection, or you have that in storage somewhere else? And when you go to these shows, so you set it up.
My entire laundry room has been converted to a stock room. Like, I mean, I've got racking up there, all the boxes and everything like that. I'm getting to the point where I've kind of outgrown that a little bit, and it's kind of spilled out into my dining room.
Okay.
Like we just got the Rising Sun Wave that's getting ready to drop on Wednesday.
Okay.
And all I got delivered, I'm like, where am I gonna put this? So it's obviously we're gonna sell through that stuff and everything, but it's like a game of Tetris, really. Trying to make sure it all fits. We're at the point right now where it's like we want to get the garage, because it's separate from the house. We want to get the garage like with some heating and cooling and start doing some storage out there. To at least take care of everything like condition wise. It's just a work in progress with that. But yeah, we've been open for almost 2 years now, and we try to keep scaling up the inventory with everything. So trying to offer a wide variety. And we've done, like last year, we did 21 shows over the span of multiple states with everything. So we were busy. But we're just trying to make sure we're really promoting independent toy lines and then what we're selling, And
it's so crazy because I'm trying to like I think it would probably be hard for me to be an actual vendor and also a collector, because I'd be like, damn, I want to sell these stuff, but I want them too. Like I want to keep them. And then the storage, and where would you put it? I figured that was a pretty good question to ask.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like I usually get like they got like wire racking, like that you would get at like Menards or like Home Depot or something like that. And then I mean, it's pretty sturdy stuff. And again, most of that stuff comes in shipping boxes, so it's pretty durable. But usually, that's kind of the weird thing where I'm a retailer and I enjoy collecting a lot of these figures with everything, but I find myself maybe not being able to enjoy them as much as what I used to. Because it's like, all right, the wave drops. I'm making sure I'm shipping out orders, and I'm going to try to get in time to make sure I'm kind of opening up each one as I'm going along and kind of appreciate it. Where I feel like it's like, all right, it's dropping, and then it's going. It's like, all right, that wave is already done. Now the next wave's already following, So sitting down and be able to kind of appreciate it as much as I could, it's a little different. But it's, I still love the toys. I just don't get to them as fast as what I used to,
Right. Got you. Listen, so before we continue this, let's go ahead and knock out the plastic pressures. That's the questions I was telling you about. Go ahead and get that down right now.
Step on down. You are the next contestant on Plastic Pressure, where we have 100 contestants every week from 100 different cities. Plastic pressure. Plastic pressure. Plastic pressure.
Perfect. All right. Right. Yo, so so remember what I was telling you before. Put your damn name up there. Here we go. If you can't answer any question for whatever reason, you just come on up with us on a Thursday and just give away something to anybody inside the chat. So we usually do 5 questions. I'm gonna just go ahead and make it 6 because it's something different going on with you as well that I want to mention. So first question, I know you said Batman is your guy.
Yep.
So let's get it Batman related. Keaton, Bale, or Affleck? Who's your Batman?
Hey, hold on.
I'm gonna honestly, this might ruffle a few people. Can I at least be able to explain my answer?
Yeah.
Nah, we don't want to hear none of that.
No. So I'm gonna say Bale, and I'll tell you why.
Damn it.
He was established, and you didn't have to worry about going through the whole backstory again. And then it's one of those things, kind of showing how it started, the middle, and then like how he kept going. Or with Keaton, it's my childhood Batman, but it was like he was already Batman at the time, and it's like he didn't really express a lot of the fighting styles and stuff like that. It was brawler tactics, where I feel like Bale was more of that detective, more of that technician with like, hey, I'm trying to hunt somebody down. Like, what was the second one with Ledger, where there was a guy that was in China? He went to go like scoop him up and everything like that. Tactical, right? I really kind of gravitate towards that. I'm trying to think.
And we got more of them too. So we got 3 movies. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, a little more like you got a little more time to flesh out that whole story with him. Where with Keaton, it was 2, and it's like I felt like it was pretty rushed. But at the time, as a kid, it was all that flashy, Tim Burton stuff. There was, more of the lights and all that stuff. But
a lot of people said that's a Christmas movie.
Hey,
it's good for your soul.
I agree with you on that one. Bale is my Batman as well. They don't like when I say that. Well, he don't like when I say that, comrade. But Bale is my Batman. And now that you put it like that, when you watch the '89 Batman, you never really see him doing any detective work.
Right.
You never really see that.
Yeah.
No. Bro, like the '89 and Batman Returns.
That's what Adam West was for.
But no, it's Adam.
Man, don't even act like you watch Adam West, bro. Don't even.
First of all, I do watch it.
I can't believe
it.
Next question. What is your favorite Mythic Legion? What's the name of your favorite Mythic Legion?
I'd say right off the top of my head, I would say Kratos. I know I usually he's the guy with the goat head as a satyr. I don't know what it is about him. Like when I dabbled into Mythic Legions for a little bit, and then when I really got locked into it, like I was really drawn to that character. And I think what really kind of brought me to that character is that they mentioned in his bio he was a healer, right? So when I'm not doing all this stuff, I'm a physical therapist, right? So I'm working with a lot of folks that have had strokes, hip replacements, knee replacements, back injuries, back fusions, all that stuff, So again, it kind of spoke to me a little bit more on that aspect where, again, a healer, but again, maybe had a surly temperament. I'm like, okay, I could maybe fit with that. That kind of jibes with me from time to time. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like they don't do many characters that have like goat heads. I mean, they've done the cat head a few times over. with Panthro, and then just recently with the Balam, and then they just had one in the Kickstarter that they're doing. So, again, any type of like animal head like that and really well detailed, I was really kind of drawn to that. So,
yeah, he's dope. He looks dope.
Yeah. Facts. I agree with that one. I believe Collector like him as well, right? The GOAT dude.
The one he's talking about, I don't have him, but he looks cool though.
Okay, got you. Let me see. Another question I want to ask. We know the answer, but it's gonna be a reason why I'm asking.
Bless you, Zilla.
Savage Crucibles or Mythic Legions?
I knew this was gonna be the question.
Thank you.
You know what? It ebbs and flows, right? I love them both. I preference that. I love them both. They both work synonymously well with each other. For whatever reason, you don't see a lot of crossover. For whatever reason, I definitely feel like right now on the heat, I want to say Savage Crucible has been locked in. I love Mythic Legions. Don't get me wrong. I love Mythic Legions, but I feel like when we're talking about what's kind of on the uptick, I want to say Savage Crucible. And I'll tell you why. Savage Crucible is bringing sculpt work, but paint work, also working on articulation, right? Where initially Mythic Legions was very aesthetically pleasing, but they didn't move as well, right? Now Mythic Legions are up in their game and they're starting to do more articulation while keeping that aesthetic. But I feel like off the gate, Savage Crucible was hitting on that. So again, I love them both. I feel like the nice thing also for collectors, a lot of these characters now, they come in with like a pack-in weapon, right? So you never know what you're gonna get. And that's kind of the hunt part with it. It's like, oh hey, there's like for like wave 2 and wave 3, I believe they had like these translucent weapons, right? So it was like, all right, you're trying to collect all of those, or if you don't have them, you're trading with somebody in the community. Hey, I'm looking for this dagger or this sword, whatever the case is. Now, like with this new character, Bernier, and now they phased out all the translucent weapons, and now they have these ones that are like blacklight reactive. You'll get some of them that are like axes, and like you hit them with a blacklight and they'll glow. I'm like, that little stuff there, I think is a nice little add-on. Not even if it's for you don't even have to put it on Savage Crucible. You put it on a Mythic Legion prop, make your photos, right? So you want things to look more realistic with everything. Having a variety of options to use in your photo really pays dividends long term. Yeah,
I agree with that one. So let's say, I know you said you will roll with Savage Crucibles more because of that than Legions, but you do love them both. Yes. So let's say you get an opportunity to work for both of them. Savage Crucible going to pay you in figs though, and Mythic Legion going to pay you in money. Which one you taking? Because I know you love both, but you just said you prefer Savage Crucible, so they're gonna give you figs over money. I don't know how much money. This is just, I don't know, some regular salary, but
regular salary. Okay. Well, now, so that's easy. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna go with Mythic Legions for the money. Money. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I was lucky enough already to have worked with Savage Crucible on a photo. Last year of the Shield of Desaria, me and Ravenite Studios, Green Geek, Blitzfigs, and oh god, I'm forgetting the last person. There's one more, but anyway, all of us had chances to do like promotional photos for them. So they basically had one figure. They bounced it all around to all of us. We all got to do our fill of photos. We submitted it, and as they were making the promotional stuff, they used those photos for like leading up to ZoloCon last year, which was really cool. So I've been doing this for almost 9 years now. So this is last year this happened. So that was the first time that I was able to have any of my work featured by any company or anything like that. So that was really cool. And they were nice enough. They even gave us a figure and everything like that. So it was really cool. So now I've already checked that off the list. Now I can make that money with Mythic Legions, right? So I've already scratched that one itch. It's fine. And so now, Mythic Legions all the way.
I'm with you. Okay, 2 more questions.
Yeah.
Next question. Somebody got a shop. They trying to shop online. Where you go recommend them to shop at? Articulated Empire or BBTS?
Well, obviously, I know a great place to shop. Articulated Empire for all your mythic and fantasy needs. But here's the thing about selling stuff. Yeah, I would love everybody to shop with me. That would be fantastic, right? But if it's one of those things where if I didn't have it, but I know somebody that did, the best thing I'm going to do is recommend them to a good person. And I know a good person out there, Chubsy Wubsy, fantastic dude in the community. Like when I was at Legion's Con last year, we visited out his shop. We just talked business. We talked shop. It was really cool to talk to another retailer about just how things are going, what they're seeing. Right. And again, dude, made me feel like family when I was there, dude. Like amazing dude. Like it's like if I didn't have something, hey, call me up. Likewise with him. There was a figure he was looking for to get for a shop. I sent him a few copies with everything. So we're really working that community aspect with that. I mean, and again, especially for smaller businesses, I would rather support a smaller business compared to a BBTS. No shade on BBTS, but I'd rather the mom and pop shops. Those are crucial for this economy with everything. So again, BBTS is small, but I mean, I think they've been doing it for 25 years. Some of those folks that are just starting or kind of been in it for 10 or 15 years. We want to see them still stick around too.
Right.
Variety is the spice of life.
Okay. Last question.
Yep.
Now this is the most important question. All right. The most important one. So,
go ahead.
GrownAssMenToyz or Geeked Out Click?
Oh my God! Come on now.
There's no right answer.
There's no right answer. It's whatever you prefer.
So when we giving away that thing on Thursday,
I love you guys. But
I don't want to hear no. Y'all let them give explanations.
It's just a one or the other.
You keep letting them give explanations. Ain't no explanations.
Not for this one.
Yeah. Geeked Out Click. I apologize.
Move this man.
Well, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, right. We're gonna go ahead and end the show early.
So Geeked Out Click your answer.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I love you guys. You
good. Okay, that's your answer. You good.
Even though I remember you coming on our show back in the day on IG.
Nah, he talked about it. Yeah.
We talked about it. Yeah, I told you that. Yeah.
We gave you that shine. Yeah, so here is the Empire page right here. So
wow.
So being that you dabble in both worlds, you do the photography, you try to enjoy the hobby as well as provide a way for people to purchase, and you're kind of like a gateway for new collectors. Like how much is this worth the legwork? To do something like this.
Don't get me wrong. Like, so owning a business is definitely not easy, right? There's definitely a lot of late nights setting stuff up for the website or doing shows. Time away from the house. Again, there's pros and cons. When things are going good, they're going great. When it's like a slow month, like right after Christmas, like things are quiet. It's like, oh crap, I need to get some stuff in gear, to make things happen.
Right.
The nice thing about being a photographer is being able to kind of embellish a little bit more on some of these product photos, where I love the photos they provided for us, but there's sometimes with like Mythic Legions, I've done tons of like photos for them. So I might kind of sneak one in there or two, something like that. And a lot of times I've had people like, hey, listen, I really love your shot. That's why I bought the figure, so that there's a trade-off with that for sure.
Looks like you got just about everything on here, man.
He's got a lot. I'm checking it out too.
Yeah.
Do you?
We buy collections as well too. So some of those harder to find figures, we'll try to update the site as much as we can. But when we're getting into like a convention season or something like that, we try to keep stuff special for the shows.
Right.
People spend however much on a ticket, travel, all that stuff. We want to make sure we're really providing a good booth presentation. Make sure like what we're doing is getting out. For that. So a lot of times I might not have everything I have on the website, but we'll have, a decent amount with everything for a show.
So for a straight answer, you are making money. It's profit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did that thing again, but
hey,
you're making money.
You did that thing again.
So articulated, you obviously ship to United States, obviously, because you're in the United States. Have you ship outside of the United States?
I have, yeah. So I've shipped to Germany, France, Italy, Czech Republic, Australia, Canada, Puerto Rico, I mean, that's the U.S. territory.
I don't like how Canada was so far down that list. There should have been like
There's not as many. Like, honestly, as close as we are, I haven't had many people from Canada buy from us. I've had more people from Australia actually purchase from us, which is further away, you know, but
that's crazy.
So, but yeah, it's a variety.
Question I have regarding your shipping.
Yes.
If I was to, let's say I wanted to buy some stuff right now or tonight after the stream.
Sure.
Like, how fast is your shipping? Like, when can I expect you to ship this out?
So UPS is closed right now. It'd be tomorrow morning. I ship it out. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I started off using USPS garbage.
Right.
I'll spend the extra dollars and I'll go UPS, making sure our packages are protected, making sure they're getting to you in a timely fashion. I had to learn the hard way, like especially on a big drop. It's like, all right, USPS, they're gonna get me, and then like some packages were like hung up in St. Louis for like weeks. Wow. And I'm like, it's a bad look on me, you know. And I'm like, I shipped it out within 12 hours of you purchasing, you know. So I go UPS, try to get it out as fast as I can. Like let's say it's a weekend, right? Mm-hmm. Saturday, Sunday, I might either be doing a show or be doing family time. So getting it out on a Saturday, few and far between, you know. Right. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. But typically I'm shipping out the next business day, which would be like a Monday for us. So
okay, we'll order on Fridays.
I could, depending on how the load is, I could definitely probably get it out on Saturday, but it all depends.
Got you. So I got one more question right now. This is pre-recorded. This isn't going to air until next Sunday.
Coming. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So so it airs then. So I know the Rising Sun Wave comes out on the 18th, which is this Thursday. Right. I want to buy that tonight. Could you ship that to me tomorrow?
No, sir.
You can't?
No, sir. Street date, okay, so this is in the future here. So yes, if you bought it in the future, yes. If it's past the street date, absolutely, all day long. All day long.
Okay. Yeah. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, now we'll say this, like on the quantities of what we have on the Rising Suns, there are things that are pre-sold out already. You know, so most of the heavy hitters like Atlas,
pre-order.
Yeah. Is sold out. I think I might have a bear left. I feel like I have a few of the ogre steel guy. He looks like a yak. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Yakety yak.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Just making sure. All right, we good.
Yeah.
Now, from that wave, which one would you think is gonna be like an aftermarket pricing? Like if you could pick one of those figures, like if it's sold out, it's gonna be hard to get, and it's gonna be.
I feel there's two of them that I can think of, right? So Bodvar the bear. I feel like even people that are into Mythic Legions, they're like, damn, they're doing a bear, and it's how big? Like, you know, and you show them the size, it's like, oh crap. So a lot of people are drawn to that. So whether it be for Mythic Fantasy or just having like outdoor photos, it would be a great piece, right? The other one I would think would be probably the Exiles from Under the Mountain, the dwarves. I feel like there's a huge community of collectors that love the dwarves. Like anything dwarf related sells like crazy. Trying to think. Yeah,
I'm thinking the same thing. The bear, because it's something new and refreshing.
For
and
sure.
the articulation's bananas. You can have them standing up.
Animals, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They're doing a white bear as well, right?
They're coming out with that one. I want to say that's the Horror Ensamel wave. That should be, man, I would think later this year, but I'm thinking it might be early next year if I'm not mistaken. So, because they just dropped that wave last June or July, somewhere in there. So usually takes them about a year and a half on some of those bigger waves. Sometimes 2 years. So like Rising Suns, anything they drop so far on like a G-Con, like a Legions Con weekend, is typically about 2 years, a little over, you know, so. But usually with that, it's all new sculpt work, it's all new parts, a lot more pieces added to the line, so it kind of gives you some more value with that. And it's bigger too.
Are you getting the dragon?
I've got one dragon. I thought about yeah. Just one.
It's like another child.
Right. I mean, like I had to spend hours cleaning off this one table. It's like I don't know where I'm going to put it, but like future me, that's a future me problem, you know?
Right.
I've had other retailers like, I bought 6, and I'm going to take a van and I'm going to drive up there to New Jersey to get it. I'm like, I don't know. Logistically, I just feel like it would be a lot of legwork on that, and then there's a risk where it might get damaged in shipping, you know, because the boxes. I mean, the boxes are probably about 4 foot tall, you know, so I mean, it's a good size set of boxes with everything, so it's gonna be big.
Yeah, you spoke about being in this game like consistently for 9 years, and I find that, you know, things ebb and flow, and you went through COVID, of course,
right,
but you did point out that the integrity of the people that are making the product is important to you.
For sure.
Like, were you always like that, or was it more about like, oh, this is the IP I like, I don't really care what they're doing, but I want this guy because it's the best version?
I feel like a lot of it, you know, I started off when I was collecting, it was more, I was gravitated towards superheroes, right?
Sure.
And I got back into, I'm like, all right, superhero-esque, Marvel Legends, all that stuff, and I kind of worked my way up to like Mezco or like an SH Figure Arts.
Yeah.
But again, it was one of those things where you got to think, how many times have they done like an X-Men wave or Ninja Turtles or reiterations of something? They rehash it over and over, right? And at one point, I'm just like, it's the same stuff, just regurgitated. Where independent toy companies, they're coming out with new stories, right? New stories that still have a lot of leg room to develop, you know? So I feel like I'm getting on something early and kind of being along for the ride a little bit more so, where the stuff that's domestic, like the Ninja Turtles and the G.I. Joe, I feel like that's kind of in its place from like childhood. And,
it's
like,
frozen in time,
Say again?
It's like frozen in time, almost like you're going to get the same.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, so when people rehash that, like when they keep redoing a toy line or like a different storyline for it, what you're doing is kind of creating more splinter cells of collectors, right? I like, Master Universe. I like the original. No, I like 2000X, or I like the new one from Netflix, you know? So now you're getting all these different groups of collectors instead of like one whole collective, you know what I mean?
Right.
So with like Mythic Legions or Savage Crucible, there is bleed over in between the two lines with everything. But again, for the most part, it's something new and exciting, you know? And for me, a lot of the myth and fantasy stuff started when I was a kid with Conan. My dad showed me Conan the Barbarian, probably way too young, but I was fascinated with it, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, you know?
Yeah,
so,
Conan was fire.
Yeah, but I mean, that got me into following, that got me into following Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then all those movies like Commando and Predator and Terminator and all that stuff like that. Yeah. It's like just a lifetime of memories just based off of like one movie, you know what I mean? So
I was more, and as I'm hearing you explain it makes sense. When I first came to a Legion's Con experience and I met these guys, I was more enthralled in like the community part of it. Like everybody knows what they're doing, but I'm here like, yo, shoot, like how did I not know this was the thing? You know what I'm saying? And so like you could get caught up in this stuff because you're so close to the community and not so much because you care about the stories or the characters. It's just the hot thing that's like, oh, I know a guy that's, you know, nerding out over this.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, really, a lot of it started like when I was dabbling in Mythic Legion, and they were doing maybe their first, and it's probably their second or third Legion Con by that point. But I remember a photo where it was Trevor Williams, it was Steph Detour Customs, and they're like showing off the Legion Con figure, and like they're genuinely happy, you know, and they're enjoying like. And again, it's just a community base with everything. So yeah, I showed up for the toys, but I'm definitely staying for the people for sure.
Yeah. It's like Jordans or throwback jerseys or hip hop. It's all that. It's like it's a movement.
For sure. And again, you see all these people like my first Legion's Con, there was a drought in there where I wasn't filming anything. I wasn't doing photos. I wasn't doing anything like that. I needed a break. And going to this Legion's Con, it was like, it kind of really relit the flame. Like I felt like at one point I had like no creativity left, but I went to Legion's Con and I mean, you're seeing people making 3D parts, painted heads, dioramas, you know, custom parts for action figures. I'm like, there's so much love thrown into just one toy line, you know? And it's like, man, that's just kind of really relit the flame with everything. I'm just like, okay, I'm definitely in the right place. I'm in the right mind space.
Yeah, there's a lot of creative people now. Like, there's always been creative people in the toy community, but like now, it's like one out of every like 3-4 people is like super creative, where they're all doing their own kind of thing, right? And it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, you know, domestically, when I was really into like Legends or G.I. Joe Classified, you know, kind of being in some of those like Facebook groups and kind of just seeing how people interacted with one another, I'm like, you know, a little rough around the edges at times. And I was like, when I'm in like the cabal or anything like that, I'm seeing people like being supportive or like, hey, I painted this up. Can you guys give me some critiques or something like that? And people are like generally offering like really good support and being like super supportive with everything. Where it's like, you know, again, that is a big selling point for everything, you know? Like, you can make the best figure and everything like that, but the people that are in your community are really very telling of you as a company, right? So, you know, with the cabal, I feel like it's really bringing a lot of good people from all over the world, you know?
Yeah. That's fire.
Yo, so what's next for Articulated Times? I know you got the store that you're doing. Like, do you ever see yourself, like, even if do you ever see yourself being done collecting and only focusing on your store, or continue to do both?
I'm gonna try to do both as long as I can. You know, like I was mentioning earlier, sometimes with the collecting aspect, like when a wave is coming through, I don't get as much time to enjoy it like I used to, or I kind of find myself more picking and choosing like certain characters. Where before it's like, oh, this is all new figures, I'm keeping all of these. Where it's like now I might keep, all right, Sir Elisha or you know, Sir Enoch, something that kind of gravitates more towards what I like to shoot, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm trying to do both as much as I can. You know, again, with running a toy store, it is very costly.
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on.
But again, it's one of those things where it's a labor of love, and I want to make really emphasize, like, this toy store thing. This is something I thought of when I was 8 years old. You know, so. Really, in turn, this is a dream. To even be at the 2-year mark with this is just amazing, you know. So I want to make sure I'm doing everything I can to keep that dream alive at all costs, you know. So if it means cutting back on collecting, so be it. You know, again, I get one shot at doing this, and I want to make sure I'm doing it right, you know. So as much as I love doing the photography, which is great, you know, I do love the toy shows as well too. You know, when we're talking about like community, that's when you're seeing people that are truly in the community, what they collect or what they like, you know. Or a lot of times it's even seeing people that are like, you know, I've heard about it, I don't know if I really want to, you know, dip my toe into something like this. And then they pick up the figure. I'm like, yes, this is fantastic. They absolutely fall in love with like the toy line. So it's like, it's really cool to see, you know. Or like another thing, it's like there was one guy, I forget what show it was at. He's like, man, I just really love just how well everybody's talking with one another and being super supportive with everything. Like I, you know, for the longest time, he said he felt like he had to kind of hide back who he was with everything, but like at a toy show, he felt more at ease with everything. And I'm like, absolutely. You know, again, there's so many of us that kind of maybe hide some of this stuff away, but like their truest form is usually at those shows when they're really leaning into what they love.
Yeah.
I feel like the reason, like, not the reason, but I feel like in a situation like that, we are here at the same time at the same place. So it's like you can't be here and not like what the hell's going on. Because you're here for a reason. So it's like, oh, you play with toys, but you're in the toy show with me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna make fun of me when we both here together? Like, what it's weird.
I mean, there was a show I was at like years ago before I was a vendor, and like this lady that was selling the toys, I guess she was selling like with her husband or whatnot, and she was kind of dogging on him for selling toys. I'm like, look at where we're at. You know, we're outnumbered.
Right. Hey, and this shit ain't going nowhere because we get every day you get new collectors. I'm talking about people coming in 25, 26 who just discovering that there's actually a space online, YouTube and TikTok and all that, where this shit is accepted and everyone loves it. So they're coming over, they're new collectors, and they're going to be here for years. They're going to bring their buddies over because, you know, like we all did it, right?
Yeah. And you'd be like really surprised sometimes. Like we had a guest on World Makers, and I want to say he was like in his 20s, like 22, and I was like, why are you hanging out with us on a Friday night, bro? Like at 8 o'clock at night, like he should be out. He's like, I love this stuff, man. I think it's painting bucket heads or something, blasting bucket heads. But he does a bunch of Mando repaints, 3 3/4, and it's crazy.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
So I had a kid at a show. He was 13 years old. And he comes up. He's like, "Hey, you got amazing Yamaguchi. You got Revoltech here." And I was like, at that age, I was like, that was way outside of my budget. You know?
It's still out of my budget.
I remember imports used to be like a delicacy where it's like, all right, I'll maybe get one or two here and there and everything like that. And like, I would have never dreamed at that age where I'm like, all right, I'm going to go big on Revoltech or something. It's like, holy crap. But again, what we're doing through all this, there's so many more eyes on this stuff where years ago, all this stuff was kind of secluded back to just the show.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing out.
Now you got more people doing photos and really talking about it and stuff like that. And just it's the coolest thing ever, So
that social aspect is everything, man. People love to get together and enjoy, things like this together. I think what I really wanted to hear from you was, how do you keep that joy? I know Marla said when are you if you're gonna stop or separate from it, but how do you keep the joy for the collection and collecting and everything, the photography, all that, when it's business? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because business and pleasure hardly ever
go hand in hand.
Exist in the same place. You know what I'm saying?
I think the big thing is I'm still seeing a lot of the joy from the photography adding value to the retail part of it with everything. So, like I said, there was folks where, I was kind of on the fence about this figure, but, you put one of your photos on there and that really kind of sold me on it. And I was like, at first it was kind of imposter syndrome, like my photo made you want to, but again, it's like, that was really cool. That was a really cool aspect with everything, but it's like really kind of made me love even more with what I was doing on the hobby side.
There we go.
And then seeing that it pays off on the retail side with everything as well too, so you sharing my love of the hobby is also funneled into the retail aspect of it. So,
and I would rather buy my stuff from somebody who
is aware
that I want it right away. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're like, hey, I know how they want. I'm a collector. Like, you're a collector, so you know exactly. They want it right away. So it's
absolutely cool. Like, I mean, I've told people before on previous podcasts, but it's like you spent your money on it. I want to get it out of my house as fast as I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if UPS had an overnight drop, I would probably be doing that tonight.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't like stuff sitting, especially when I know people, like, they paid their money, and again, time is money for sure.
Yeah.
So going off what Marvin said a couple minutes ago about you being a vendor, like, do you see yourself actually having a store? Because I know you was talking to Chubb Z.
Brick-and-mortar.
Chubb Z gave you the one-on-one on that.
Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself having your own store or just being an online vendor?
That is the ultimate goal. Again, there's pros and cons with both, right? With having a brick and mortar, usually more companies are willing to work with you. There are some companies now that they don't want to mess with anybody that's online, right? Because they essentially view that as competition, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Even though, even though they're doing wholesale and all that stuff like that.
Right.
The pro of having a online shop, and now I have more of those aspects to do more shows throughout the year. I don't have to worry about closing down the store or having somebody hired for just that weekend while I'm out of town. Right. I have more options. So now I'm able to kind of go to a few more areas where they might not know about Mythic Legion, or they might not know about Savage Crucible or some of those things. So really getting more eyes on all of those different koi lines with everything is a big perk, And again, it's like a lot of times, the joy in it is really seeing a lot of those people, like I said before, where I don't know if I really want to dip their toe in it, and then they pick one up like, I really enjoy this, I really love this, So it's like finding that new joy with that. And I can show you all the nice promotional photos all day long on the website, but a lot of times people want to see stuff in hand, or how something feels.
Yeah.
I could tell you all day long it moves well, but until you see it, like, and you're able to pose it around, like, that's a big selling point for a lot of folks.
Yeah. I mean, shit, that's why you got these YouTubers who do reviews and shit like that. Where it's like, me personally, I've bought a few figures only because I watched the review, right? I slept on it. I don't want this shit. I'm good. I don't want it. But I watched the review and I'm like, damn, I feel that I need this.
Shout out to D Amazing. He is definitely a big reason all of this started. When I was talking about like toy photography and everything like that, the longest time I was a mint on card collector. It looks good in the package, I'm gonna keep it like that. But I'm seeing his reviews, seeing how things are moving, And I'm like, he's taking toys, and these things look insane. These things look insane. And it's like, holy crap! Like he's doing that. Maybe I'll give that a shot. You know, maybe give that a whirl with everything. But yeah, it's wild. It's wild for sure. But again, there's so much more of that aspect. Like people are like, try before you buy. Like look at this video kind of thing. Kind of like a walkthrough, which is really cool. But it's like I would never have thought when I was a kid that would ever be a thing.
This would be existing.
Dude, you almost like, all right, so you're not like, you don't like from what you're saying, all right, so you're almost like a band that's on tour, man. You're like 21 shows a year, and you're going to corners and places where people aren't seeing this stuff. Like you're selling them like CD, like how they used to do back
out the trunk.
Like you go to a town, like, hey, they might not know my music, so I'm gonna bring it to them, show them locally, and then hand it, sell the CD out the back, like or the tape or whatever. But it's kind of what it is, and I don't think that like people are seeing that. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like getting the exposure that you should get for doing that. You know what I mean? Like be a documentary on this shit, man. Like, because it is crazy, because you're literally like a band, like.
Like when I'm handing out my card, right? I tell everybody it's tour dates on the back, right? So they're gonna kick out of that. But man. I'm at so many different shows with everything. But it's my wife tells me I need to do more social media outside of the toy photos and more stuff like business related with that. Which to a point, I definitely need to spruce up on that a little bit more. But again, I feel like that's a lot more with having the online option. I have so much more freedom to kind of go elsewhere, and there's pros and cons also with the brick and mortar. It's an established place. People come to you, which is all you save
overhead,
on travel, save on hotel, all good. Overhead. But again, the overhead, the amount you're spending on money is astronomical. So depending on where you want to go, if you want to go to a nice spot, you're going to be paying out the nose sometimes. Where you might have a hole in the wall shop, but it might not be in the best part of town, or people might not want to go to that area. So there's pros and cons for sure.
Go ahead, sorry.
You got it, Colin. Go ahead.
I was just saying, as a consumer who doesn't buy figures that often, it's good to know that if I see somebody someplace that says we got Collectorz Corner on Thursday, a year from now, I know for a fact that I can look at Collectorz Corner and find out what is going on, because that's always happening. So if there was a way that you showed up for the community where you were streaming or you jumped on a show or something like that, and you were always doing that thing to keep people up to date, as long as it's consistent, you don't really need the brick and mortar, because the corner store is going to be the corner store. Like the corner store is not going away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like no matter who grows up in the neighborhood, the corner store is always there. So if there's a way you're going to consistently show up, you feel me, like that, then they'll be able to count on you to, keep everybody in the loop that way. But that's just to echo what your wife was talking about. If you're going to show up, you got to.
I was saying, I was going more towards the point of like, Four Horsemen and Savage Crucible should be paying this man because he's doing doing like their work. Like he's touring their product,
going to sell their stuff. Right?
I've had
you're like a contractor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think of it like this. So Mythic Legions has been around about 11 years or so, right? Okay. And there's still people that come up to me to this day like, I've never heard of this stuff. And I mean, you gotta think, that's with at least 8 YouTube shows every week, right? Of Mythic Legions. That's with them doing multiple Kickstarters. That's with them doing a lot of like crossover stuff with Infinite Legions. And people still are not aware of that, So again, even as big as they are, there's still places in this world where people might not have heard. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it might be some town in Eaton, Ohio that maybe never heard of it, or some random place in Illinois. But again, it's, when people see stuff in hand, they're going to ask questions and they're going to want to see it, or they want to know more about it. There are times where people walk by, they're like, that looks cool, but it also looks expensive. And they just keep walking, So it's like, you never know.
You might go to Legion Con and walk out with $600 in dinosaurs. Who knows, man?
Yeah.
Like crazy shit happens.
Real.
I know a guy who did that.
Mesozoic, or what was that? What was the name?
Tell a story.
Dude, I want to get that saber-tooth tiger that they got, man. That thing looks badass.
Yeah, all this stuff is really nice, man.
Went in there and got freaky.
Dude, I mean, I was right next to them at Toylanta last year, like literally across the aisle. And dude, they had like, I mean, tons of people the entire show. I mean, just people just coming and just taking a look, picking stuff up. It was wild.
Crazy.
It was definitely a good crew.
Yeah, very talented people there, man. Like work for Hasbro and
what's his name? Chris. He's always got that chain.
Chris is their promo guy. He's
so awesome, but he's the nicest dude, man.
yeah, he is, man.
Hey, well, I'm hoping that I get a chance to see you this year, man. Because every time I've been to LegionCon the last 3 years, I recently went to ZoloCon a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
every time I get someone, I heard you go be there. I'm like, damn, my man be moving like a ninja. Because I never see you, bro.
Have you ever seen us?
ZoloCon was weird. Like we did preview nights, and I really kind of hit all the spots I wanted to get through. And then like Saturday morning, like I was there on the early. I got my exclusives, and I'm like, man, I got to crash for a little bit. And then before I knew it, like half the day was already gone by. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back to the show. And I feel like a lot of people were already kind of cleared out by that point. So
you never seen us there, right?
I think I saw Collector maybe.
Yes. So we took a photo.
Yes.
Okay,
every time we get there, and I'll be like, damn, where the hell he at? And like, man, after we leave, he'd be like, yo, I just saw him.
Yeah. I think that happened at LegionCon as well too. I think like, all right, where's Marvelous at? He's like, oh, he's coming. And I'm like, all right, I'll be right back. And then it's like, I missed you. So
there's too many people to meet, man.
It's a lot of people,
But I mean, 2 days to meet everybody.
Yeah, some of those shows, like that's the only time you're seeing those people in person for like the year, you know. So that's kind of what makes those shows really special. I feel especially ZoloCon and LegionCon especially, man. There's so many people that. Like that show was crazy. It's a good one.
Absolutely.
Are you going to be there?
LegionCon
this year? Yeah.
Yes, that's the game plan. Like so, we haven't locked anything in yet, but like we get first refusal, right? So I've already told them like, hey, I want to show up for this year with everything. So as long as I keep up with my spot, I'll be in the same spot as I was last year. I love it more so in the main hall. I didn't have to break down Saturday night and then set up again on Sunday. I was like, I set it up on Friday night and just left it for the weekend. Oh, so nice, so much better. And the first year I was out in the hallway, and that's like had to break it down both nights. I'm like, this is now.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well, the plan is for all of us to be there this year.
Yeah.
All of us. The plan. So, hopefully hopefully that plan sticks to it and get it. Everybody get a chance to meet you in person, man, and get a shot with you. And go from there, man.
Come up, let's take some photos and everything like that, man, for sure.
Hell yeah.
I know it's usually about this time of the year. Usually is when Jeremy's announcing that the hotel block is opening up or something close, So I would say definitely try to jump on those if you can, depending on when you guys come into town and everything. Stay at the venue. I mean, we're in the lobby sometimes till like 2-3 in the morning, just like hanging out and everything.
I heard.
It's great, man. It's probably one of the best shows for that. Like ZoloCon, like the hotel where it's at, there's no real like hangout session. Like we had to go to a hotel down the street that had a bigger lobby area and everything. But we're a little spoiled with LegionCon.
Look at him. Hey, them booty shaking hours, bro. They ain't gonna tell you, but I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Comrade gets a little scared when the lights dim down a little bit.
Lights getting low,
Comrade gets, what's going on?
Got a little bit of liquor in them.
Hey, yo, man, look, we appreciate you coming through and spending your Sunday with us, man, and showing us your collection and give us a game on the business and everything. Let the people know where they can find you at, and where they can go support you at.
Yeah. So for the toy photography aspect, articulated_times. I got the little blue check mark next to me. I say that because there are a few doppelgangers out there that are trying to
fight for yours.
Off that name. So, I make sure I preference that. For any toy-related purchases, Mythic Legions, Valiverse, Savage Crucible, Spiro Toys, now some Marvel Legends, more Mezco. I'm trying to think what else we got. Some SH figure in there as well too.
You want to get some Skeletrons?
I was talking with them briefly about trying to add those guys to the shop at ZoloCon, actually. So I would definitely love to expand that. Also, Zest Ray Studios, which is another one. Yeah, dude, everything I've seen with those look amazing. Like, you guys posted some shots with that over the weekend, right?
Yeah,
like holding the gun. That looked really badass. And, dude, apparently there's like tons of lore behind that. But yeah, there was people getting tattoos of the Skeletron.
Yeah, I saw that.
At the show.
Wild.
Commitment. If you really love it, I get it, but it's a big commitment. But as for toy shows, the next big toy show we're going to be doing is going to be in Duluth, Georgia. That's going to be Toylanta. That is the absolute biggest show that we've done. A fantastic show. So pretty much anything that you see on my website is those vendors are going to be there. Savage Crucible, Mythic Legions, Spiro Toys, and then there's one other one. And I think I'm forgetting somebody, but those guys for definite are going to be there. I'm going to have a mix of everything. We have two 10-foot by 10-foot booths, so we have a good chunk of space with everything. So I'm trying to bring everything I can. I just signed up for renting a trailer to haul it down to Georgia. So,
nice.
But man, that's the big one. I will say this: if you can get that, if you can kind of make it big on the screen, here's some future dates as well too.
There you go.
There you go.
We got QuadCon in April, and then we also have the Chicago Toy Show. So if you guys are in the Midwest, that is another big show. Like, that's 7 gigantic buildings, nothing but toys from the early 1900s all the way up to current day with everything. That's another
1900s.
No, like, there was something that
rock
like
and sticks.
They had 10 cars.
Rocks and sticks.
Yeah. So I say 1900.
Slingshots.
My friend calls me that I'm from the 1900s, and I'm like, oh.
It's a lot of that going around.
Yeah. But so then the next big ones, we'll have Western Ohio, and then I know in May we're going to have a few big ones. There's going to be there's Geek Me Indie in Danville, Indiana, which is another great one. A lot of independent toy makers are going to be there. A few toy stores as well. And then there's going to be IshCon, which is going to be in Durham, North Carolina, which is another great show. If you are into anything that I collect there, that's a big one. Usually all of those vendors are going to be there. I think maybe except for one. Yeah, Savage Crucible, Mythic Legions, and Valaverse is going to be there at that one. And I feel like there's one more. But yeah, we try to hit those bigger shows where there's a fan base of what we're selling with everything. And again, like-minded people, and also just great community.
There you go. Yeah. You guys heard my man. Hey, listen, he moving. All right, he's moving around, so he will be everywhere. He won't be hard to miss. You'll be able to see him somewhere. All right.
Yeah. And if there's anybody that has a show that I need to check out or I need to keep my eyes on, please let me know. Articulated Empire has a little contact section on our website. Send me an email. Let me know.
There you go. Listen, man, again, thanks for coming through, bro. Thanks for hanging out with us. We really, really appreciate it, man. Good luck with everything you're doing with the Articulated Empire and everything. I hope that blows up and you get to get that store that you want, man. I
really appreciate that, guys. Man, thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you guys for sharing any of my toy photography on your stories. All that stuff is greatly appreciated. Again, that's how the word gets out about all of us, you know. So again, so definitely just keep, let me know. And then thank you again for this opportunity, man. I really appreciate it.
It's love.
Oh, love, bro. Thank you so much again. On that note, I'm your boy, Marvelous Shots.
I'm Collector 425.
I'm the real comrade.
Bearded. Zilla.
And this is
Articulated Times.
Yeah.
There you go.
Peace. Yes, sir.
Did it do?